The webinar will begin shortly. Please remain on the line. The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right. Good afternoon, traders. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Tradespoon live trading room, stocks and options closing bell. My name is Scott and I will be your host. Hello to you, Raymond. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Phil. Thank you as always. Hello, Ted. Glad to have everybody. Some usuals. Thank you for reaching out, saying hello. Bob is here. We can get started. Yes. Let's go. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoyed your turkey. Eat, drink, and be merry. Can't believe it's almost December. So here we are. A little bit about me for anyone who may not know. And if you're new, if you've never had a chance, I'd love for you to introduce yourself. Take a second. Say hello and get comfortable participating with us. We would love to have your questions, comments, insight, etc. Sorry, give me just 1 second here. Okay, let's get cracking. One more thing. Okay, here we go. All right. Here's the disclosures. Take a quick peek. And let's go ahead and jump in. Well, we've been talking about maybe some increased bullishness. A lot of people, maybe not as much, but today Powell did signal the possibility for that ease. It's not dovish, it's just less hawkish from the Fed. But the Powell is signaling that they're going to moderate the pace, ease it up a little bit, maybe go half. Maybe the first rate hike in 2023 goes to a quarter, and then maybe from there they let it go for a meeting or two and see what will happen. Citi warns rolling recessions will shake the global economy in 2023. Stocks gain as Powell points to slower pace of rate hikes. So that's kind of what we've been talking about seeing. You can see that it was pretty flat, and then smashing higher. Smashing higher. So we actually did have an Amazon trade on. For some reason, I thought it was Netflix. Netflix is taken off. That's something that I have traded here. For some reason, I thought it was Netflix. Anyways, on the Amazon on my own account, I did take half off, and then still in the other half. If you're in that trade, let me know what you're doing with it. But yeah, look at that. It's trying to make the next leg. It's coming strong. We'll see if there's something that we want to put on. But at this point, you can see the S&P is up 2.19, the Dow 1.3, NASDAQ 3.25, and the Russell 1.5. Crude oil's up 3%. So that's still kind of weird how much crude still is showing that type of swings. Silver's up 4%. The precious metals, I mean, it's just still kind of a screwy situation out there for sure. But yeah, SPY back at that 404 resistance. Will we break through? Yeah, that's the question. Do we have what we need here, right? So what else do we know? CrowdStrike. Oh, CrowdStrike. Someone I knew was trading that this morning. It got beat up. Was Vlad doing this one? Did anyone trade this? This one got smashed pretty hard on earnings, coming back a little bit. That's a bit dicey. Apple iPhone revenue may be significantly lower. Amazon, how bad one analyst thinks it could get. Yeah, it got smashed. Ugly. Everywhere we go, we see Musk's face. Yeah, I'm tired of it too. Okay. I think that's really about it as far as this goes. A lot going on this week. We really already got some of it here by the time I always forget that it's like more than halfway through the week by the time we meet. So it's interesting. But the ADP report came in weaker than expected. So this is it's now consumer confidence came in as expected, actually a little better. The home price index slowed down a little bit, and this one actually stayed okay. ADP came down, GDP was a little higher, so that's good. Job openings has eased a little bit, but there's still a ton of job openings. The even at 127,000, I would say from the ADP side of things, that's a maintenance number right there. That's about a maintenance number. So I'm still going to be keeping an eye on it, but I guess we'll see. Thursday, we've got more data. Spending, manufacturing. We've got some price indexes so we can evaluate some inflation. Friday, non-farm payroll is supposed to come in at 200,000. That's about where the ADP was supposed to come in. It came in light. Again, jobless claims expected at 230. Anything less than 250 is just normal. If we start to see that get above 300, then I'd be concerned. If we see non-farm payrolls go negative, then I'd maybe be concerned. But as of right now, everything seems to be holding on and pushing through. So there you go. Okay, let's look at the model and what the model sees in what's going on. Here is SPY. Kind of flat, a little bit of a bump, and then questionable how much of a push there's going to be, right? So that one is off a little bit. QQQ. QQQ is showing a little more negative, which I don't know. We're going to have to reassess this on Friday, right? Because as of right now, this is saying that we might be dropping to 279 when in fact we have advanced to 290. So this support level, this is the main support level I was looking for. And we'll go through all four of these main charts. You can see that we're busting and we're doing it with big volume. So I'm still feeling pretty good about what we're seeing on the different charts. Let's take a look at IWM. IWM is kind of flat, the small caps. And let's look at DIA. Stella did not know what Powell was going to say, Ted's reminded me. I agree. There was definitely a catalyst, without a doubt. Overall, though, I feel like we've been, more leaning towards bullish. That's the way the momentum has been. That's what we've been seeing in the charts. If you notice, anything else has been suspicion. People are suspicious of this market. What is suspicion? It's opinion without fact. I'm suspicious that this isn't going to hold. Okay, be suspicious, but it held. Right? So that's important for us to recognize. The Dow kind of flat. There was some uncertainty there. Here's today. Technology is rip roaring. Everything is really, right? But that's the most. Financials are a little more lackluster today. Communication services doing well. Cyclical doing well. Utilities doing well. Healthcare doing well. Everything's doing pretty well. All right. Got it. Got it. Let's get a quiz. Let's see how everything else looks as of now. Here's the SPY. Yeah, we seem like we're really pushing through that 404 level, don't we? Who asked about that? Bob? Yeah, it's pushing through. It wants to finish up at 405 and change, and it wants to do it with volume. We've got 40 minutes left, and the volume is accelerating a little bit into the close. I think we're at what now? We're at 70. We're at 67 million. Average is 79. I think we're going to get to 85 to 90 million, even in these last 40 minutes. So I do think we're going to have an above average volume day on this push. You can see this was the support level for me that I wanted to hold was 390. We didn't even get that. Yeah, interesting. Let's get a quiz. Big day today. How do we do this on a quiz? All right. I know exactly how. I'm going to make it easy to be an A today. Well, maybe not that easy. I'm going to go 404 for Bob. Anything above 404, you're an A. Look at this range. I'm going $2 and it looks small. Okay, here's B. Here's C. 404 and above, 402 and below. Raymond is an A. Phil is an A. Fred is a B. Ted is a B. LK is an A. Bob is a B. The day traders will bring it down, so no early calls. All right, I'm joining B, and I agree with that. I'll let it go right to the end, Bob. Yeah. Okay. I think you could be right. I think the day trade really could see some profit taking right at the end of the day that brings it back down. Let's see what Stella says. Everybody's in that wants to be in? Okay. So those of you in the crowd strike, did you eat it? Did you adjust it? Are you still in it? This is an easy one today. Let me know. Let me know what you're doing with that dog. Stella agrees. It's going to go up a little more, and then the day traders are going to sell it off, and it's going to end up back here at 403.25. Stella's a B. Ted, Bob, Stella, me, are B's. Raymond, Phil, okay. A's. Anyone else? Let me know. Let me know. Okay, so let's go. Woo, look at us up at 405 now. So it rolled over last early this week, and it just the volume wasn't there, especially yesterday. I was like, oh, I think it's gonna hold. I think it's gonna hold. Still long Amazon calls. Yeah, you don't have much time, but you're at least getting a move here that this is it. You basically have 2 more days for this thing to move. You're not going to be able to carry it. Do we have through the week? I thought we do have. How long do we have? Oh, we have until December. So the time decay is, it's not great, but it's not outrageous either. However, I think that it really, I'd be looking for this thing to maybe whatever this move becomes, and my hope would be that we get up around this 100 to 102 level, 100 to 102 by Friday. So let's take a look at what that would do. Friday is 1-2, December the 2nd. Looking for it to get to 100 to 102. That makes somewhere between $350 and $600. That's what I'm looking for. But anything other than that, it's a no, and I'm not going to carry it through the weekend if it doesn't have, or I mean, it would. Do we carry it through the weekend? That would be the question. That would be hard. It would have to have a real strong day, and then I would think maybe that makes sense. So, yeah, good question. Good question. I mean, that's the thing about that trade, right? It looks, it moved, it took a run here. This is where I took a little bit off. When I was like, oh, look, it finally made a little bit, and then almost ended up getting out, but it never broke our support level. Now it's moving. Do not like the time decay. I agree. Neo is up 24%. Holy crap. We haven't watched that stock for a long time. Ooh, yeah. Huge volume. Huge volume. I mean, it did start to show some signs. I mean, it broke out of this thing. I guess this was really the first higher low through here. If you would have looked for something like that, it was a higher low coming out of all of this. But yeah, something's going on. What's the VIX telling us? That's the question. What does the VIX tell us? So if you remember, I drew this line to map out my line of consolidation. And I said, there's no hedge here unless there's either A, a higher low, or B, a break of the consolidation. And we had neither of those. Yeah. The let me see here. Yeah, neither of those things happened. It didn't break through. It held. I was close. And on this day, I was like really thinking about it. And then it sort of held and then it's rolled over. And well, I'll tell you, it looks like we could be heading back down to the teens. And we definitely had another lower high within the context of this consolidation. So, what does that mean for me? Well, at this point, already we're at a situation where it's not going to be a higher low. I mean, one more good day and we're through this. However, that line of consolidation is still a point where I'm looking for the possibility of a hedge. So if you're ever like, what would you do? What would make you hedge? It would be if we were to break this line. So as of right now, it just doesn't look like that's what's happening, right? Okay, so let's go through the watch list and let's see what is going on. Alcoa continues to look pretty good. Materials have been strong. Apple looks like it wants to bounce. That's a pretty strong signal from Apple. A lot of people are like, oh, Apple's going to struggle this way or that way. But at the end of the day, it's moving. It held. ADI looks strong. The problem is as we wait for these signals, I hate these 4% upswings. Archer Daniels looks pretty good. AMD. Wonder if any of these have good Heiken Ashi charts that we would not quite yet. Amazon looks good. AXP. Look at the Chinese stocks taking off all of it. Now that's something. Is that, I wonder, has to do with NEO, right? They're aren't they in China? Aren't they Chinese based? Maybe I'm wrong. But something seems to be going on with the Chinese stocks right now. Caterpillars kind of sideways. Yes, Koo said. There you go. ConocoPhillips just kind of meandering. Costco looks pretty good today. There may be a possibility there. Relaxing of restrictions to reopen. Oh, okay. There you go. DBC. John Deere waiting for a consolidation. Headquartered in Jiading, China. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. Probably I massacred it, so I apologize. FCX, I tried my hardest. FCX. The hard thing is we're waiting for some of these signals, and they came so hard today. This is part of that problem with news-based, especially Fed news-based. There's not much. There's FXI up 5%. Yeah, that's definitely what's going on. Goldman, I'm close. I think Goldman actually looks pretty close to a trade. That might be one for tomorrow. IBM is trying to turn. Problem is, it's just already gotten a big chunk of it. IWM looks okay. Jets. There's Meta up 7.5%. Boy, everything just. I'll tell you, I am ready for the market to stop being so damn reactive. That's for sure. Just, it makes it so much more difficult, right? Because it's like you're waiting for setups and you see the setups and you're waiting, pull the trigger, and then it just doesn't give you what you're looking for. Microsoft looks good. I mean, as long as Apple and Microsoft look strong, everything else has a good chance. But right now, it's both Apple, Microsoft, and all the chip stocks. That's the majority of the tech sector. Netflix up almost 10%. Looks strong. Nvidia, 7%. Oracle's up strong. So did you have bullish stuff in place? That's the question. Did you still have some bullishness? I hope so. I had bullishness. I did not hedge. I thought about it. Didn't get the signal. If you're following the signals, you should be okay because nothing here is that outrageous compared to what we've been talking about. We've been saying that we like the Santa rally to continue as long as it doesn't break any lows. It didn't break any lows. It held up. QQQ, 4%. It's just right now, literally, this signal came within like an hour to an hour and a half. You've got to either have your orders set up to trigger or, you're just kind of hoping. So it's difficult to feel like you're not chasing into this thing. SMH, SPY, even Tesla is up 5.5% today. Come on, Tesla. And I think we could see some follow through here for sure. It's just how much are you willing to trade and in what direction? If you are trading this, I'm still thinking to myself 2 days, and I'm taking at least half of it off the table. So, for example, the Amazon trade, 2 more days. I've already taken half off. I'll take the other half, and I'll be done. Other trades I might that are put on either earlier this week. Anybody putting on some bullish trades earlier this week? Was there anything that you liked? Here is natural gas. Natural gas looks like it's setting up, actually. So it is becoming more and more wintry in Europe, and that's absolutely going to drive gas prices, I think. And so let's keep an eye on this. This may be one. Bought some Marvell on Monday. Nice. Love it. Airbnb. We looked at Marvell, didn't we? Yeah. Love it. Airbnb. All right. Yeah, I mean, that looks good. I think I'd be hard pressed if you throw me a symbol. I'm going to be like, yeah, that looks pretty good. I like the way that looks. I like the way that looks. Somebody asked about Starbucks. I definitely think Starbucks looks good. Went up, pulled back. I mean, this was the consolidation, and now it's turning. It's turned at 3%. So if you were thinking I might get 5, you've already got 3 out of 5. It's very hard because when you see this, it's like, well, where do you put your stop? If you put your stop down here underneath this, you're risking $3.50. So you need it to go to 105 to get 1-to-1. And that's a good move, 105. That puts you up here. That might be the whole move, 105, 106, just to get 1-to-1. You have to change the way you look at this. Yeah, you might even take this down to like an hourly chart. I mean, even then you can hardly see it. It still hasn't consolidated, but yeah. So it's just moving. Starbucks looks good. Silver looks good. Actually, silver looks a little overextended now, but semiconductors moving. SPY, my goodness, the A's. It's up to 406 now. And I thought that the volume would be, what did I say? 85 to 90. We've got 22 minutes left and we're at 75. And it's coming on strong here at the end. Let me show you what's happening. Although, look at that. That was pretty fast. Well, boy, it's got to get all the way back down below 404. I don't know. Doesn't look good for the A's or for the B's. Looks like it's going to try to hold and bounce again. But what I was saying was the volume. You'll notice. I mean, this is getting. This is minute by minute. Sorry, I didn't want that. I wanted 5 minutes. We're getting 2 million shares, 2 million shares, a million. I'd say we're going to get 1,000,005 average. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 9 million shares. 9 million shares. We're at 75. I think we're going to hit 85 million. So we'll have a little bit above average volume. There's something to it. Where were we? Visa. Yeah, so we're left into a situation where you have to decide, are you, I mean, it feels a little bit like we're chasing into this, right? It feels a little bit like we're chasing it. Gut says, don't close the hedges just yet. Ted said he's going to hang on. Okay. Yeah. And be careful. I mean, if you're riding some bulls, this is beautiful, right? Any bullish trade you have on, are you putting new trades on? You really got to think about that one. I haven't seen anything that stands out to me that's like, okay, we can still manage our risk on this one. Maybe so. I'm going to go look at sectors for a minute. There's the VIX. There's XLF. Tomorrow there may be a bit of a hangover. Agreed. XLI looks. Oh, XLI actually for an ETF. I mean, it's a weird. God, that's a weird shadow. I mean, look at that candle today. There's no way it's going to give me the Heiken-Ashi, but it'll be close. FCX did look pretty good. XLP. XLU. Let's look at sectors. Let's see if we still think that it's financials and industrials. Let's see if we think that there might be some breadth added by the technology sectors. Yeah, okay. Let's take a quick peek. Sorry, I gotta make a quick adjustment here. Okay. Okay. Obviously, energy is still standing out as the top. And that's where looking at natural gas, oil, those are still very much at play. If you're not trading things within energy, I would say you pick up a few things on your watch list to be paying attention to. You can see utilities and healthcare kind of hanging out. Then you've got staples and industrials hanging out, materials. And then down here is financials. Then you've got tech. Then you've got discretionary communication services. Okay. What we're wondering is, does this start to shift and show us more of a bullish mindset? So we've got energy and industrials here. Energy and industrials. So clearly industrials is definitely moved into that leadership position. Clearly financials has moved into that leadership position. Still staples, and that's why, like Archer Daniels, and that might be one that we go look at, because staples is definitely still showing up pretty strong. Healthcare's hanging out, and then you've got this pile here, and then communication services kind of bringing up the rear. Okay. 66 days. What do we have? Energy, obviously, so we're still paying attention to that. We've got healthcare. We got financials, industrials, materials, and staples. I don't know. Technology really has, other than today, it's really been more up here. I haven't done a lot of healthcare, but I probably should do more healthcare. Anyone trading healthcare more than me? Let me know. If so, what you're trading. Financials, yes. Industrials, yes. Materials, yes. Staples, yes. Those are the ones right now that really seem to be leading. And if we look at 22 days and just get a sense of the momentum, not much is different in that way. Industrials, financials, utilities, and staples. It still kind of has a weird feel about it. Let's recognize that that's definitely the case. I'm gonna see. No one answered about healthcare. I'm super curious. If I just run a quick scan, a quick scan in the healthcare sector. I've got 53. Let's see. Let's make sure that it's at least broken back above its 50. And let's see if we can find some above the 200 as well. Huh? Nope. Nope. Yeah. 30 stocks. And let's just take a quick peek at them. UNH and Lilly, Raymond said. AbbVie looks like it's trying to set up. Amgen. I probably should have had more on my list, quite honestly. You can see these have been looking pretty good for a little while now. Biotech. Moderna. Look at Moderna with its cup and handle. Catalyst Pharmaceuticals, CPRX. That looks pretty good. I don't know how those options would turn out. CPRX. Yeah, they don't look great. Said 100 shares of UNH just sold UNM and ELV at 8%. Nice, very nice. Should we be a bit edgy about December options? Yes. At this point, absolutely. You should. You should be careful. Diagnostics and research. Pacific Biosciences. These look okay. Dexcom Diagnostics. Danaher. Whoops. Let's do drug manufacturers. General. So definitely some strength in pharmaceuticals. But a lot of them have already taken off. Merck, Lilly, Pfizer, they need to pull back. So that's what we'll be on the lookout for. Specialty drugs. Healthcare plans. There's UNH. I don't know. I think the healthcare plans looks a little choppier than a lot of the other places. Health information services, nothing there. Medical care facilities, nothing there. Devices. Boston Scientific looks pretty good. Cardinal Health looks pretty good. It didn't get as high. I would trade this on the rollover. I'm going to add it to my list. Cardinal Health. I'm going to put Merck on there. Maybe even Lilly. Let's just add a few things. It's a little bit. I was a little bit remiss to have not had more. Healthcare plans. Intuitive Surgical, pharmaceutical retailers, Western or Walgreens Boots Alliance. I think that looks pretty good for a reversal, right? That's a maybe. Let's put it on. Yeah. So I would say definitely still industrials, definitely still financials. I don't love utilities personally, but I do think staples. And then I think, what are you looking for out of technology? What are you maybe looking for out of healthcare? Blasting higher again already. The A's were right. We're back up at not the highs are we at the highs of the day? We tested the highs of the day. It's definitely looking pretty strong. I might feel comfortable calling it a little early today. Yeah, so this is what I think we should be thinking is number one, if you're not bullish, ask yourself why not. If you're not bullish, look at what was leading you to be not bullish or bearish. And then say, could I have seen it better? Did I let my own opinion get in the way? Did I let someone else's opinion get in the way? what about what's going on impacted me? The A's will win, I think. Yes, it looks pretty clear. Would be a hell of a sell-off at the end of the day not to. So yes. Yeah. I don't see anything that has me super enticed to wanting to join late. I don't want to join late and have a skewed reward to risk perspective. So my take right now is manage what I have. I am looking around to see. I could see this easily have like a quick consolidation and then move again. So I'm looking for that to try to add more to the trades and see what I can do with it. So yeah, you know what? I think we will end up calling it a little early today, wrapping it up, and let's just see if we get like a day or two where it pauses and then it just does a small pullback. Basically, I'm now looking for anywhere between 400 and 403 to be the next minor pullback. And I definitely think that we still have one more big push in the Santa rally, and I'm going to be looking for that, right? Amazon, I closed half, but I'm still in the other half. And I am thinking it would have to be very convincing to be in it past Friday, Jacques, right? Because time is starting to expire faster. So I took half off the table for a small gain. Still have the rest of it on. The rest of it's actually making some money now, I think. So if you're still in that one, pay attention to it. I talked to someone today. So the whole trade's making some money now. I talked to someone today who was in all of it, and I said, I think you're going to be fine. We still have 2 weeks for sure, but it's going to start accelerating on us. So be careful with that. If you see a valid read, I don't want to hold it, have it pull back into next week and then rally into the final week. And then all of a sudden I'm no better off. That's the big concern. So yeah, I had someone I talked to who said, yeah, I'm a little nervous and I'm in it. I actually think it looks pretty strong still. So there you go. All right. Well, I've got to run. I will be here Friday morning. We will talk about if this thing does start to, like, is there a hangover tomorrow? Does it follow through or does it not? You know, if it's following through, you should be doing well and managing your bullish trades. If it doesn't, then you should be thinking, am I taking profit now that I have some on any of these bullish trades? And as it consolidates back down, you should be thinking, what do the next set of signals look like? So, all right. Well, listen, everybody, have a great rest of your day. I will see you Friday morning, the usual time. Bring your coffee and your good attitudes. We'll have some fun looking at what this market's doing. As always, happy trading.